Back again with another one. Like I said, it's going to be a very, very busy Labor Day weekend. So I'm going to stay on the tone of the private side because there's a lot of questions that are being asked. Some that I can go into detail and some that I can't. But let me take this route with you guys. And it has to do with bartering. On the private side, or something that you guys may have heard of or heard whispers of, don't really know too much about it, but I'm going to talk about secret societies, and not the secret society that you may know about or you may think you have an idea about. On the private side, and let me premise what I'm going to say before I go there. Me, myself, I'm a licensed locksmith. I also have a certificate in paralegal studies. Most attorneys and lawyers have paralegals doing all of their paperwork. The lawyers is the face. They're the front person. They know the law. They know how to articulate the law. But the paralegals is the one that search the case files and finds the codes, the statutes, ordinances, and we're very well versed in those. So I say that to say, I have a trade and I have a skill. When you have a trade and you have a skill, you can barter. What is bartering? Bartering is using your trade or your skill with another person that has a trade or a skill or has a business that can use your trade or your skill. So I'm also a trustee, and I can be a trustee for your business or for your family's trust and help the execution of your affairs. So I have positioned myself or put myself in a position where I have a lot to offer. If I go to an auto mechanic and I have issues on my vehicle, I can negotiate with that auto mechanic who may need a will, a trust, a revocable or irrevocable trust, or some legal documentation help. He may need locksmithing help. He may have a vehicle that he's working on that got locked and he can't get in. He'll call me to assist him. So now it's like he owes me a favor now. So it's a network that I've established that you need to establish. And it doesn't just stop there. A dentist, ophthalmologist, doctors, lawyers, plumbers. I have a list because I know I'll forget. Accountants, notaries, auto dealerships, morticians. You build these relationships with these individuals by interaction. Some may be relatives, some could be family friends, some could be people that you've actually interacted with. You have that conversation. Okay, listen, there's people that contacted me to give them a quote for camera systems. I do access control and CCTV. So they want a camera system for their office or for their business. Okay, it's going to be X amount of dollars to do it. But I won't charge you if, let's say I might need dental work. So it's bartering. So this is a secret society on the private side of how things happen and how things work. So what skill do you have? What trade do you have? You could be an electrician right now. You know how many people could use electrical work? Barter. When you go to your dentist's office, if you have an insurance plan and it's being covered under your insurance, there may be extra things that may not be covered in your insurance that you may need done. Barter. Hey, I'm a locksmith. I can do a few things for you and, you can hook me up. You'll be surprised who will actually accept it. So there is a secret society, a private network on the private side that a lot of people don't really know. And I'm kind of exposing it for you guys now. You go into your doctor's office and you're sitting down and there's other people waiting to be seen. Are they on the private side? Do they have insurance? Or are they there bartering? They could be a masseuse. They could be a hairstylist or a barber. They can be someone's barber for the next 10 years. Free haircuts. Take care of my dental work. Or go to the doctor's office. I go get my regular checkup. Another jewel I just wanted to leave on you guys on the private side. So when you get into privacy, there's several nuances of what goes on the private side. It's not just about getting out of parking summonses and tickets and things of that nature. If you are in a fraternity and your frat brother happens to have his own or her business, her or his own business, your sorority or fraternity, we're talking to male and female here. Network. This is what happens on the private side. You don't always have to walk into a business and hand out Federal Reserve notes or write a check. You can offer your services in return for their services. This is private side. This is the private side. And this is how you actually operate on the private side. So just want to give you a glimpse of what is actually out there, what's happening. I've used it. I use it. Grocery store, bodega in my neighborhood back in Bushwick, Bed-Stuy. I can walk in there today and get anything I want out of that store. I've done his cameras, I've done some locks work for him, so I can walk in there and get anything I want and walk out of there. Several years, I would bring my kids in there and, get the kids something on the strength of who I was, the relationship. So these are things that happen on the private side. It's not always about Federal Reserve notes or discharging debt. There's gurus out there that's going to teach you processes and all of this good stuff and take your money, but I'm giving it to you raw and real. This is stuff that I do every day, and you see how much information I give out for free. It's about bartering. It's about building relationships. Now, there's going to be tons of people, because the comment's not going to be disabled on this one. It's going to be tons of people looking to barter with me. Okay, I'm a dentist, I'm a lawyer, I'm this, I'm that. Could you do this for me? We can have a conversation on the private side. But this is what happens on the private side. Bud Brownsville, short and sweet, real shit. Real shit. Bartering.